Well, there you are. Hello again. It's Bob coming to you again from the card closet for another episode of TTM Then and Now, where we talk about some things that we've acquired in the past and then kind of document our new through the mail autograph journey as we look at the returns that we got. We got a lot this week again, so looking forward to sharing that with you in just a moment. But we've talked a lot about things that my brother and I have gotten in the past. We spent every summer of our teen years pretty much going up to the Baseball Hall of Fame inductions in Cooperstown, New York. And it was a great experience, and it certainly solidified our love of collecting as well as our love of baseball, which we had, but the collecting part just kept evolving over the years. And one of the best parts for me, and I think for my entire family, we would get online early in the morning on Saturday. In those days in the 80s, they would have a great autograph session behind the Otesaga Hotel where the players stayed, overlooking the lake on the porch. If you heard stories now of Johnny Bench sitting on that porch where he welcomes the new members in on Sunday night after the ceremony and gives them their rings, that's the porch where they had a lot of the autograph sessions. One year it had to be inside because of some inclement weather, but you'd finally get there after 6 hours or so of waiting online, and you'd get to go past tables full of Hall of Famers, the greats of all time. Here's one that I got back then. That is Robin Roberts. Certainly a great pitcher. I'll give you the whole plaque there. For about 4 teams he pitched for, certainly the Philadelphia Phillies was probably the most notable. Philadelphia, Baltimore, Houston National League, Chicago National League from 1948 to 66. So just getting all of these really cool collectibles that we still have and we get to share with you. So that's the then part of then and now. And we're going to get into seeing what we got this week. We have returns from Tuesday through Friday, and we're going to get to it right now. So on our last episode, we had 22 returns. Today, we're talking about 19. This is episode 40, and we're excited about that. We are going to start with the dreaded yellow label, but we're going to finish with a Wanna Shuffle. So we got good stuff, so let's go. The dreaded yellow label, Joe Sluzarski. That looked like a return that people are getting recently with that address. I rewrote it slightly differently. I changed the word apartment to a number sign and wrote it more clearly, and we'll see how it goes. Los Angeles, California is how we're going to get going. On a positive return, we hope, and we have a note. Bob, good luck with your collection. Wishing you and your family good health and much happiness. Sincerely, Joe Danello, number 18. P.S. Thank you for bringing me back to a good memory. Well, this might be a timely day to talk about that memory. I talked about the time he beat the Philadelphia Eagles in Veterans Stadium with a field goal for the New York Giants. And, well, that's all I'm going to say about that. Let's take a look at the cards we got from Joe Danello. We got a cool 2 Bob from Joe Danello on top and in action. 2 Bob best wishes from Joe Danello. Awesome autographs, awesome cards. And what's this one? Another 2 Bob. All the best, Joe Danello, 1980. Great start. We're off and running. We got football. Let's see. I have a good feeling about this whole batch. West Palm Beach, Florida. That we're going to have some diversity of sport in this return. Terry Leach on top in a Stadium Club, 92 Stadium Club, and there is an 88 top. So Terry Leach keeps us rolling. We got nothing on that 3x5 card. Jacksonville, RPDC, Jacksonville, Florida. And we got Floyd Rayford, 88 tops and an 83 tops. So Floyd Rayford with the Orioles, played third base, played some catcher. Atlanta, Georgia is next up. Oh, this looks like an interesting holder. This looks like a differently shaped card because it is, and this player turned it around. Jim Washington. Let's get that out of the way. So Jim Washington, a forward for Philadelphia, and a tall boy. Love me those tall boy cards. Love the different size cards, a little bit unique and different. So Jim Washington. And basketball. So we got football, baseball, basketball. Phoenix, Arizona. We got unsigned 3x5 cards. And we got golf. Hale Irwin. To Bob. Best wishes. Hale Irwin. And so we got the two different pro sets. There it is to Bob. All the best, Hale Irwin. Nice looking blue ink. So, wow. We have gotten football, baseball, basketball, and now golf. I think all that's left to complete what I've sent as far as sports would be hockey. Santa Clarita, California. I have not gotten a hockey return yet. The next one would be the first one. And boom! If it seems like it's staged, folks, please believe me, it's not. Russ Courtnall. I do not preview them. Some of them, when I open them up, you can kind of see. I do cut the tops, like I said before. You can kind of see what it is. In that case, I did not. Russ Courtnall, Canadians. Nice looking card. Nice looking blue ink. So, baseball, football, basketball, golf, hockey. We've done it all in this episode. Loving this. San Francisco, California. So, this is a bigger envelope, so I expect it to be a bigger card. And it is. There's the holder. This is Bruce Bochy in an 83 tops. But this postcard right here was part of my set. It was right over in here, pointing over here, that way. And this was an original then. I got this card by writing to the Seattle Mariners, this postcard, back in probably 1981, I think was my high watermark for sending out stuff in the early 80s. And I got this postcard. It stayed in the envelope, in the box that I kept it in all the moves of my life to this point. And now I sent it back out. So you talk about then and now, which is the title of our show. This is a true then and now. Something I got then, I sent it out and got it back now. Bruce Bochy, outfielder for the Mariners. I think an original Mariner. And that is super cool back there. Bruce Bochy. Let's put him kind of in there. We're rolling. Don't know where this is from. It was postmarked, but we can't read the town it came from. So we're going blind on this one. There's a index card that is not signed, but we have from Cleveland Cavaliers, Bobby Lewis. This is the 71, 72 or 72, 73. Love these cards. So cool. I think 71, 72. Bobby Lewis, blue ink. That is a purchase from the Philly show. I got some of the cool vintage basketball from the Philly show, and I can't wait for the one coming up in December already. I've been talking about it, right? Here's Al Weiss, more vintage. There's the gold trophy, the Topps All-Star rookie in the 64. Love the powder blue and white, very North Carolina-esque if you're a Tar Heels fan. So there is an Al Weiss card. Let's put Al back here in left field. Al was an infielder, but we'll put him in left field for our purposes. Another, we don't know where it's from because the postmark didn't print very well, which is fine, but it did cancel out the stamp, so don't get a bonus stamp out of that deal. So sorry. And we have an 88 Topps Mike Bielecki. Mike Bielecki with the Pirates in 88. And we hit the camera, bouncing things around. And we have a Stadium Club to finish out Mike Bielecki. We're going to double them up because we got so much to look at tonight. Boston, Massachusetts. And more hockey. And it is Randy Wood. So Randy Wood, bottom there with the Islanders in the pro set. On top, upper deck for the Buffalo Sabres. So there is Mr. Randy Wood. St. Paul, Minnesota is next up. And we have Dick Stigman, 64, Twins card. And more blue ink from Dick Stigman there. So that looks great. Let's put Dick out in left field with Al Weiss and keep the 64 tops together. We'll run with the theme while we can, shall we? Cincinnati, Ohio. Oh, I see ink on an index card. Somebody came through. It's Bob Arnzen. Bob Arnzen. And so we're going to have a basketball return. And an interesting story, Bob Arnzen with Cincinnati here, the Cincinnati Royals. Played for 3 different ABA teams, but also played minor league baseball. There were some notable guys. You know, many of you might remember Danny Ainge doing it, but Dave DeBuscher, and there were some others. But Bob Arnzen tried to make a go of it in a couple of different sports. Nashville, Tennessee. Blank. Nothing. As long as this is not nothing. Kenny Perry, more golf. We sent out a batch of 4 or 5 in a row golf cards. And Kenny Perry, those Pro Set golf cards, 90 and 91, I think are pretty cool. Certainly for sending out and doing what we're doing. And I am enjoying sending that out. And the golfers so far have been very good to us. So that's Kenny Perry. Northwest Arkansas. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, we got a note. Thanks, Bob, for being a fan of the NBA. Best wishes, Jim King. He wrote that on the back of my note, and we will have another Tall Boy. So the Tall Boy haul that we had picked up from the Philly show has really come to great fruition. And a great note on there, Jim King, 1968 All-Star number 21. Awesome. 69 Tall Boy. I cannot wait to get my hands on more Tall Boys. I know where there are some. I can't wait to get there. A local card shop in Pennsylvania here. So looking forward to that. Phoenix, Arizona, as we are starting to wind the pile down just a little bit. And more golf. Gary McCord. How about that? Gary McCord was a pro golfer. He got on the tour in the early 70s. A great announcer. So most folks are going to know him either as an announcer, and he did well on the tour. He wasn't a huge star on the tour, but a great announcer. I think he still works for SiriusXM as an announcer, has a show on SiriusXM about golf. But of course, Tin Cup. If you're a fan of the movie Tin Cup, which I think he tries to claim that it's his life story. I don't know if that's ever been proven. Where are we going to put Mr. Gary McCord? Right there. We're running out of space. That's what happens. I got 2 more to go. We got Miami, Florida. And the Hawk, Andre Dawson. So this, if you remember a couple of episodes ago, we started the process. We showed you a 3x5 card we got of Andre the Dawson. My brother John got through the mail in the 80s on a 3x5. And then we started the process where we showed you how we put it together. We're very similar to everybody else that does this, but I do things a little bit differently than the next guy. And some people do it exactly like me. Some people do it differently. I like using the cardboard sleeves and such. And Andre charges, I believe, 10 per. But it was a beautiful autograph when my brother got it in like 1988. And it's a beautiful autograph now. And we're so happy to have Hall of Famer Andre Dawson in the 2 cards he has in the 88 top set. So, wow, if this haul, and that concludes the ones that I sent out, because we're going to wrap up with a Wanna Shuffle. Great variety. Everything we've sent out as far as sports, we've gotten a variety back, and then we finish up with the Hall of Famer, the great Andre Dawson. So Wanna Shuffle, if you don't know what Wanna Shuffle is and you're into this, you should look into it. You send a card into Wanna Shuffle I believe it's P.O. Box 69. I will put it in the notes. Cordova, South Carolina. You send in a card, one per month. They're still doing only one per month. And then they will send you one back. It's kind of like a blind trade. And it's just really cool. If you have a double or something, you trade it in, you can kind of steer them a certain way. And we got a Sal Butera card. How cool is that? Sal Butera. Oh, there's the light. Let's get it out of the light. And it says, "Hi, Bob. This Cool Tops 88 auto was submitted for trade this month. Enjoy. Belinda." Thank you, Belinda. And I know that Want to Trade is growing every month, and Belinda is proud of how that's growing. So if you have not submitted to Want to Trade, I recommend you do so. It's a lot of fun. And this community that we have, folks that do this online and share their videos, everybody kind of looks out for each other. And I think I got, let's see, here it is. So there is the QR code if you want to click on that. All right, so Want to Shuffle, you can get a Want to Shuffle t-shirt. I got Sal Butera for the 88 set, and a great haul tonight. A variety of Hall of Famers, some vintage, some junk wax, some golf in the 90s. Cool stuff. Oh, man, this was great. I hope you enjoy it. I have enjoyed making it for you. As we always say, please like, subscribe, leave a comment. I love the comment. We look forward to seeing you again next week. So until then, farewell.